Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight we're going to have a look at the Mercury that is going into Sagittarius October 29th. So in a couple of days, at least for me. The hour is going to be 7:02. That is in the morning. And the transit of Mercury into Sagittarius direct, I mean, will be all the way up until November 9th, because at November 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mercury goes retrograde. And we're going to have what to blame again, other than, uh, our shortcomings. So, this is going to be the time frame that these readings are going to concern as far as Mercury is concerned, in terms of how it's going to affect us, because when it goes retrograde, the energy shifts. So that said, the first thing that I am going to do, and that I'm usually doing, that will be the collective reading. And let me shuffle the cards and let's have a look how collectively, how globally, Mercury going through Sagittarius is going to affect us. Hello, Amelia. Welcome to the stream. Right. So the first one, that will be Six of Cups, followed by the second card of the Seven of Wands, and the third one, we do have the Sun. So Mercury, I don't know why it's going to affect us that way. According to these cards, it will make us, I don't know if I should use the word timid, really, like non-confrontational for one or another reason. So basically, when Mercury goes into Sagittarius, people, we included, people around us, are going to avoid confrontation, are going to avoid getting into some kind of fights, getting into some kind of opposition, competition as well. And the obvious goal, so, or obvious reason why that is happening, is so people are going to have, or want to have, a better days, want to have a better experience, want to have more joy into their lives. But this better experience, joy, emotional fulfillment, if you will, is going to be on a daily basis, in terms of that it is going to be living by the day type of experience. That is not to be excluded, that sometimes, and some of us, as this is, collective, we're not going to be able to avoid the confrontation, or this is also confrontation with the with circumstances, kind of like, even if it is not a person, if the circumstances are rather rough, Mercury going into Sagittarius is going to push that trigger, for a lack of a better word, um, which will make us try to avoid these harsh circumstances and kick the can down the road for an unknown period of time, until we kind of like feel up to it, to undertake, the harsh challenge, for example, or the harsh undertaking. So what is going to be likely throughout these 10 to 11 days, give or take, is that we're going to face more kindness from those around us, from those that we are usually facing hostility, grudges, grievances, so on and so forth. And on the bright side, just if we are, how can I put it to words? If we are creating unpleasant emotions in someone, they ain't gonna bother with us, meaning that they will also not going to create unpleasant emotions in us, nor we are gonna feel the need to bother with someone that feels unpleasant to us. And that someone could be also something like a project, like a job, and so on and so forth. Hello, Margaret. So that said, that was the collective reading. Pretty mild transit as far as Mercury is concerned into Sagittarius, at least at first, because again, at the 9th of November, it goes retrograde, and then the energy shifts, and probably there is going to be a live stream for that. Because the November 18th is going to get back into Scorpio, is going to stay there for a certain period of time, and in November 29th is going to go direct again, then again is going to enter into Sagittarius at December 11th. So Mercury is going to do that dance for the rest of the year. And it will be interesting, and all the way up until January 1st, then Mercury is going to enter finally into Capricorn. All right, so a couple of notes before I start here. There are going to be 12 readings, just like this one I just did for the collective. And these 12 readings are going to be one for each star sign, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start from Aries, going Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and so on and so forth, all the way up to Pisces. And bear in mind that these readings are generalized for the star signs, so probably most of you are here because of your sun sign. You want to listen to it, and that's cool, because the sun sign is going to show you what kind of events and people you're going to have to deal, and Mercury is gonna not push but materialize for you to handle. But listening to your moon sign is also kind of important, because that reading is gonna tell you how these things are gonna make you feel. That way you can gauge whether this is going to be to your benefit or to your detriment. You know, what is happening to you in the material world. So, listening to all of your major star sign, that being said, it's the sun, the moon, and the rising sign is going to personalize the prediction to a fairly large extent. Though, if you do wish to have a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and also their pricing. And if you decide to support the stream financially, you can do so using Super Chat or PayPal. And anyone who does so is going to have a personalized reading at the end of the stream, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. Let me put you into the list. And then I am to move for star sign, which is going to be Aries. So yeah, you can also keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there. It also has an illustration for the beauty of the eye. Right, so Aries go first. Let me shuffle. Right, first one, that will be 8 of Swords for Aries, followed by the second card here, which is the King of Cups. And the third one, that will be 5 of Swords. Those three. So it's rather meh kind of a transit. At least what those cards are saying here, Aries, it is that uh, prematurely you are going to either agree to something or involve yourself into something, like say a project, like say a job, maybe as well, you know, interaction, relationship, whatever. And in the time of your involvement, it's not going to feel like it's a premature thing. Okay, it's going to feel like a really, really good deal, and then the good deal is going to come around, but you have already going to find yourself being devoted, locked into the previous option that you are going to take. So bottom line is that Mercury going into Sagittarius somewhere along the way in these 11 days, at some point is going to make you feel like you have shot yourself in the foot. That doesn't necessarily has to be true. I mean, the option that you have chosen, even though may not be ideal, it still is going to be good. It's just at that point you just simply gonna feel kind of restricted. And one thing that it is important for you to pay attention to is how well you convey what you think and your ideas in general, because with these cards it's going to be very prone people to misunderstand you, in a sense of that you're trying to explain something, to convey the idea, and from the other side they are uh, kind of like imagining completely different concept from the one that you are trying to explain. So be extra elaborative in these 11 days. Next one, that will be Taurus. King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. It's an offer. So you're gonna be offered or proposed. That may be a job offer, deal offer, uh, I don't know, engagement proposition, commitment proposition, whatever the case. Uh, just you ain't gonna like it. I mean, the offer is gonna be good. Right, the offer is going to be, for example, for a really good job, well-paid one. The commitment is going to be also a really good offer for a commitment. It's just you're not going to see it that way. The first thing that is going to elude your sight, it's the milestone. I mean, you're not going to recognize that proposal as a milestone that you can step on, which you definitely can. So at least according to these cards, what they're advising you is not to decline anything. Meaning these 11 days, there will be no freaking reason to decline any hand that it is extended towards you. Hello, necessary truth. I don't know how to make see your nicknames rather than your account names. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It sometimes it does that. It's just, hold on a second. Hell. or whatever. I'm just gonna call you by your nicknames, guys. Hey, Yadavi. Alright, hello, Nikki. Right, so next, that will be Gemini. Oops. Five of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So you will excel. Now the situation is going to be like that. There will be those people that are either telling you, well, there is going to be from both types simultaneous loss. This isn't going to be a situation where you're going to have only the one type of those. You're going to have the two type of both. And one of the characters that you're going to have to handle are people that are way too caring, to a point where it's like, you know, in their presence you feel like you are a 5 years old child, like toddler, and you definitely don't need that. It's kind of stifling, it's suffocating. I mean, that person is kind of like thinking that they knows you very well, they understand you very well, and it's like they know better than you what is good for you, which is kind of preposterous. The other type of people, they do think that they know better than you what is going to be, what are your best options in front of yourself. And due to that Mercury retrograde, you're going to disappoint both of them. The reason why you're going to disappoint both of them is that you will find your own way. It's going to be better than either of these individuals' way that they're trying to enforce in you. You know, one of them could be, I don't know, a family member, or the other one could be a friend, or maybe your boss, and so on and so forth. And they are kind of like pulling you in two different directions, and it comes to a point where you just go straight, you know, in neither of the directions that they are pulling you toward. So yeah, I mean, you're going to disappoint at least a couple of people here in the next 11 days, but it's gonna be worth it big time, because as a result of your decision to go your way, you will transform some kind of a failure into quite of a successful enterprise. Okay, next, that will be Cancer. The Tower, Knight of Wands, the Empress. So you will be highly surprised. I mean, very much surprised. This Mercury retrograde is going to trigger someone around you to make a solid, kind of like progress, or at least going to attempt to make a progress. The best I can tell you is activities. So that person is going to undertake activities towards you. The reason is because you maintain some kind of an interest that they do have. You may be that subject of their interest, like, you know, they may be interesting to go out with you, or they may be interested to work with you, or interested to talk with you, and so on and so forth. And this is going to freaking shock you, because maybe for a month that you know that that person, or maybe years, they were like invisible. I mean, they have taken no action toward you whatsoever. And now they are going to activate, like revive, vitalize, you know, that connection that they do have with you. Now, whether you're gonna allow them to become part of your life or not, well, that is entirely up to you. Just so you know, you're gonna come to understand that there is someone that is very, very interested either in you or in something you do, and they want to take part in it. Okay, next, that will be Leo. Page of Swords, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It's a quite of a risky move that Mercury in Sagittarius is gonna push you to do. Well, it's gonna be risky only when looked sideways or from a side. Now you are gonna come to its recipe. Like for you, there is not going to there ain't gonna be any risk involved because you will gonna know what you are doing. No one else is gonna do though. I mean, it's gonna be pretty clear to you how to solve the predicament that your business is facing, and when you share it with your boss, kind of like, you know, like they can't fathom where you even coming from, and it's very likely for you to receive a prohibition for your idea and for your actions, which is going to cause quite of an arguments back and forth. You trying to prove your righteousness, trying to prove that you know what you're coming up with. It's going to work, and there is no risk involved, no negative consequences, which you are going to be unable to. So you're going to have a choice either to go through someone or not go forward at all. And in some rare cases, Mercury retrograde is going to deliver a help from unexpected places. So be prepared for that as well. The bottom line it is that you will make a very risky move, or traditionally risky move, but because you are doing it, it's not going to be risky at all, in attempt to attend to very important details that will allow finalization of developments. And you're going to piss many people because of it. Next one, Virgo. Queen of Swords, the Fool, Knight of Cups. So this is the rare occasions of unwanted good. Like there will be an individual who will try to do you good. I just is going to be very infiltrating. Let me give you an example, and that is an example of my past. Like, I hate wearing hats. Have you ever seen me with hat? No, because I hate, literally despise wearing hats and scarves as well. It's something I don't want to do. And back in the days, I was gifted few hats and few scarves and whatnot. And yeah, it's the person who did that wishes me well, but it's something I don't want. So you're gonna face a similar situation. Like you don't want to work with that person, whatever, but you are assigned to them because they are further ahead in your job. And while that do good for your job, is a wellness you will not gonna want. And this kind of like is gonna piss you off and is gonna force you to start severing ties with the person who is trying to do you good, but instead it's worsening the interaction and the situation in between you two. And in most of the cases, by the end of these 11 days, you're just gonna have to shout it out. But that one needs to stop, all right? They need to stop or just go away because you wouldn't be able to handle it anymore. It's gonna become kind of ridiculous. On another hand, Mercury in Sagittarius for you, Virgo, is going to be a pretty productive transit. That is because you will simply going to be able to push your things through because you're going to be the first to know. Every information, every result is going to come to your ears first and then to your competition or to your colleagues or, to your friends. So you're going to be forewarned, and that will allow you to be always at least a step ahead before everyone else. All right, next, Libra. The Empress, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands. You will be asked to settle in the next 11 days or 12 days, as much as Mercury in Sagittarius is going to be in effect. I'm not talking about settling for a family. Well, it could be, but it's unlikely. This is about settling for result, like to settle for a salary, for a payment, uh, for a volume, and so on and so to settle for a real estate property and so on and so forth. And you're gonna give a really good thought about it. Now, the good thing about the whole situation is that the person who asks you to settle is gonna lay in front of you all the necessary options or all the options that are gonna be available for you. There ain't gonna be anything that this person is gonna withhold as an information, and after that, kind of like rob you of any results. And also it's going to give you the courtesy of time for you to think about it, so they are not going to press you for it. And that is exactly what you should do. I mean, withdraw from the midst of activities and all that, so you can look at the situation from objective angle, because your long-term future is going to ride on this decision whether you're going to settle or not. And based on that decision, you will be forced to make your plans for that distant future. So it's going to be about a big deal for you. Maybe settle on a diet, okay, or settle on some kind of a treatment or a workout routine. Okay, Scorpio. Thank you, spirituals. I'm sorry, it's just YouTube now is showing me your accounts rather than your nicknames. So add spirituals. Thank you. All right. Next, like I said, Scorpio, Five of Wands, King of Pentacles, Death. Hey, Yasmin. Right. I would try to describe for us, because I am right, Sun in Scorpio. I don't know why in the past couple of weeks I'm kind of like repeating that I'm rising Scorpio. I'm not rising Scorpio, I'm Sun in Scorpio. So for the Sun in Scorpio, I will try to explain the experience we're going to have with example. Now, think of it like you're really pressed to, say, buy a car, right? You need it and you have to buy it in the next couple of weeks. And you need a specific type of vehicle, like, for example, SUV, because hatchback, it's not going to do it. You have a lot of luggage that every day you need to transport. Say you work in construction, gotta bring your tools. You need the SUV, hatchback, or sedan. It's not going to do it. So, and you have a budget, right? And around you, there is only one person who is selling a type of a car, at least for now, that's kind of like serves your needs. Um, the price tag is just on the boundary, on the verge of your budget, and that person is rushing to finalize the deal with you. Well, in the next couple of days, there will be a better option coming. Okay, so you not gonna wanna find we are not gonna wanna finalize that, but instead bargain with both. And that way, that is just for example, and that way reach the best deal possible. But we need to be opportunists in the matter. So wherever we are kind of like urged to finalize the stuff, we should keep it open as much as we can, because a better option is coming around. Hello, News Devon. Thank you for the £5. Thank you. Let me put you into the list, and you're gonna have personalized reading when I'm done with star signs. All right. So you want to know what's coming your way. You know that this is going to be a Lenormand reading. It's not going to be the tarot reading I'm usually doing, because tarot cannot show events, but they can show development. Only Lenormand can show events. Right, next, that will be Sagittarius, the king of the hill. It's where the transit is happening. So expecting big message. Four of Wands. Six of Swords, the Fool. It's a simple but very powerful one. Do Mercury retrograde, you're just gonna get the job done that it is required to get at least a step closer to a dream. That you have no progress on it whatsoever. That's a key thing. This is how you're going to recognize which dream of yours. It is the one that you have no progress whatsoever on the matter. And it is on that wishful direction or a dream of yours that you are going to change that and traverse the threshold of, having nothing into now building up. And getting the job done, it is just the start. Okay, so what's going to happen is that you're going to attend to the important details that will allow you to finalize old cycles of development, and not just only clearing up some space as a time and effort, but also accumulating unnecessary save funds, resources, so you can make that dream come true. And it's a journey. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a journey here. And it's important that you do start the journey with no expectation whatsoever. So keep your expectations low. Do not presume what could happen. Focus only on the present. And that way, you are not going to be disappointed by anything. And expect to make a lot of friends along the way. And the reason why you're going to make friends, it is because you're going to be on the both sides, if I can put it that way. So one of your feet is going to be on the one side of the field, the other one on the other, and you're going to happen to become the peacemaker most of the time, uniting people under the common cause, and the cause is going to be your dream. Okay, next, that will be Capricorn. Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Magician. Oh, that's a tough one. This is a possibility that nobody figured out. Is possible. So you're gonna come up with an idea, um, or with a strategy that literally no one figured out yet. The problem for you, Capricorn, or a business model, for example, you might come up with a business model that nobody came up with yet. The problem, though, is going to be that it won't be 100% bulletproof, right? There are going to be aspects, I could say half of them, that you're going to have the concept, but the execution, not exactly. So the guidance here, the advice, don't rush it. Okay, write the concept somewhere so you don't forget it. And when you feel ready, when you feel like you have the skill, you have the time, you have the knowledge, then you can kind of like initiate it. This concept that is going to come to you almost like from a higher power, whether it's a fantasy or a seed growing, well, it's yet to be known. And it will be determined by the experience that you're going to accumulate, the skills, the knowledge in the next few months. but the idea is going to be there, and it's coming in the next couple of weeks, more or less. All right, next, that will be Aquarius. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Empress. It's a mutual support, almost like exchange of experience, like you do exchange or kind of like you give your support to someone, and through that support they are able to proceed with their development, and they are supporting you through your development. So Mercury retrograde is going to manifest through two things. One is a fruitful discussions, the other is a very productive cooperations on a equal basis, which are going to make you feel very comforting, like in a quite of a comfortable place. And these cooperations are going to go for a very long time. I mean, that's going to be an entity that you can truly rely on for the distant future, even, and through that entity you can get far further than if you are on your own. So this is going to be a partnership, a commitment on equal basis, which there is no need for you to decline at all. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. Death, Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So it's a realization. I guess Mercury will manifest in its purest form for you. And it's realization that there is an aspect in your life, like that aspect could be friendship, could be hobby, it could be some kind of oh my god, the word just escaped my mind. Give me a minute. Habit. It could be a habit. It could be a relationship. It could be a job or project, client. But the point is that there is an aspect that takes a lot from you. It takes your time, takes your resources, it takes your money, it takes commitment, and it gives literally freaking nothing in return. The only thing that you get from it is sentimental attachment. It's like smoking cigarettes. You know, it gives you nothing. And it takes away a lot. It takes away your health, it takes away your money. Well, maybe not cigarettes, but let's say recreational. Okay. So it may give you a satisfaction for a short term, like a burst of it, like a surge of it, and then takes it with interest from your future. Anyway, it's going to be a realization that, for example, this friendship only devours your time, it devours your emotional stability, and it gives you literally nothing in return. So you are gonna put an end to it and replace that aspect, or these aspects could be more than just one, with things that work for you. And you will make your life much more synchronized, productive, and it's like it's going to become like well-oiled machine by the end of these couple of weeks, at least for a while. Right, so that was for the 12th. And now the super chat. First is going to be Yasmin. Let me get my cards for personal readings, and let's have a look how that Mercury transiting through Sagittarius is going to affect you. What will be the result of it for you, Yasmin? Oh my God. You gotta think very carefully for what I am about to tell you here. Remember, at the end, you do have the final say, okay? Those are your tarot cards. I love these gold tarot cards. Okay, so those are your tarot cards. And Mercury retrograde, the most important thing, it is that you are going to be asked to get involved in some kind of a community project. And the project is going to be a freaking mess. Okay, it's going to be a freaking mess. It's gonna cost you a lot, not just only time, but also nerves, probably sacrifice as well. I mean, that sacrifice could relate to literally anything. But for you, it's not going to be that simple to turn it away. It will be quite of a conundrum, in fact, Yasmin, because that community project, it's going to fit your agenda. It's going to fit what you believe in. And it's the way I see it, that may not be true. I mean, it may not come through that, but the first thing that comes to my mind is that the previous one who was involved in that community project messed up really hard, got fired, or left on their own accord, and now they need someone to clean up that mess, and they are extending a hand towards you, asking you to get involved with that community project. Whether you will agree or not, it's entirely up for you to decide. But again, what you need to know here, Yasmin, is that it's going to be freaking difficult. And there will be a lot asked from you. You will be well compensated at the end, not just only through payment, but also the results. Like I said, they will fit with your agenda. So you're going to be well compensated. But again, does it really worth your peace? It's something only you can decide. And then use deone. You want to know what's coming your way? Yeah, it is. You're welcome. It could be, listen, the first thing that came to my mind, some kind of a non-profit, it could be related to your job as well. But again, Yasmin, you're gonna have the luxury to say no. That is something I don't want to get involved myself with or into. But it's again, it's gonna be entirely up to you. News Devon, those are your cards. So someone from your friends is gonna try to screw you over about money. Like, will try to either make money on your account, uh, or kind of like cheat you for money, lie to you about money, and it's going to be a cheap change, right? I mean, if they are successful in it, and you find out, because you are gonna find out eventually, you will be so disappointed because when you think about it, they just should have asked and you would have given them to them. They didn't need to cheat. They didn't need to lie. It's for a literally a cheap change. And look at it from the other point of view. I mean, yeah, I mean you're gonna be quite disappointed from that person, but it's also a blessing because you will see who they truly are, and they won't be able to kind of like screw you over for something that is going to be far bigger and far more important than that cheap change. They will try to kind of like trick you over. So that is what's coming your way. All right, guys and girls, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for your generosity, and we're going to see each other Thursday, which happens to be, oh, Rocky, thank you for the 28. Thank you, Rocky. Uh, you are about to have a personalized reading now. So let's have a look. I'm doing well. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Yeah, it is. So those are your cards. Someone from your family is going to piss you off in these couple of weeks. And the reason why they're gonna piss you off is because they will just not gonna stop asking, right? They're gonna ask one thing, then another, and demand, and it's kind of like act towards you like you owe them something, which is not gonna be true. And this is going to piss you off very much to a point where you're just gonna start changing the way you address that person. And eventually they're going to leave you alone, seeing that you ain't budging, and uh, kind of like you're distancing yourself from them. But it will not gonna be pleasant experience, Rocky. Other than that, Mercury in Sagittarius is gonna make you realize that if you do change some of your ways, like for example, change your diet or certain stuff on your lifestyle, you can improve on your results, like financial results, like if you change the way how you spend, like health results, like if you change your diet and your lifestyle, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be gauging, how productive again your lifestyle is, and changing those parts which aren't. And as bonus, not just only your life is going to improve, or the quality of your life is going to improve through the results, but also problems that you do face on daily basis are going to disappear, like the person that is gonna piss you off. So again, that said, that was the collective, and also super chat. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys and girls. And we're gonna see each other Thursday. That will be 30th. What do we have there? Venus in Sagittarius. So we do have Venus in Sagittarius. 4th is the full moon. When is 4th? Okay, so yeah, Venus in Sagittarius is going to be. You're welcome, Rocky. Okay, thank you again. I love you, and we're gonna see each other in 3 days. Until then, bye.